Ba-ching. We're back up. Yes, we're back up. Excellent. Okay. So I was just, while we were down there, what did I do? We did all this, and I'm going to check this dialogue and see if it actually works. So now I'm going to set callbacks, and you see I have two buttons here, and so I'm going to say yes. We'll say mint. Well, good. And then the next one will be. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. And then we have the keycode space. We'll show the dialogue, and for now, it'll show up in the middle of the screen. Oh, silly me. Need to come here. No, to cancel that. We're good now. Good. I'm glad. So push the button. Hello, are you good? Yes. And it says, well, good. And again, no. Oh, I'm sorry. Let's also get this stuff fixed. It's probably... Let's go check those. My little test scene here. Make sure everything works, of course. Script, remove that component. I would bet that is a button tent themer script. I would bet that's what it is. And then text themer. We don't have any themes at this point. We can make one, and you can see what it looks like. But right now, we're just messing around with this dialogue here. I'm going to go from free aspect to 1920 by 1080. And like I said, now what we need to do like we're having trouble with our kilobits per second, dropping frames. Let me check. Oh, I can't look at that. It doesn't look like we're dropping all that. Well, we're dropping quite a few. I'm going to ignore it for now and go on. I may go down again, I don't know. Okay. Now what I want to do is I want to be able to move this thing around down here and set what I want it to pop up. You see what I'm saying? I want to be able to set where I want to pop up, and right now we have sort of the capability in there, but we haven't utilized this pop-up position right here. Let's actually rename that. I want to pop-up position. We're setting that. I really would appreciate it if... Do I have that? What's my multi-select attribute? I wish there was just an easy way to make a button that you could add to the inspector. I know you can do the editor stuff. I don't like to do that. Don't like it because it's just a lot of code. I like concise, like small amounts of code, as little as I can get away with. So let's just, I believe validate is called. So this is going to be probably like a little, if this works like I think it will. There's a hello, but we didn't change anything. It's okay. If I change something here, I should get a hello like that. Okay, cool. Cool. So we can kind of make a button. We can sort of make a, well, not a button. We can kind of make the same, can have the same kind of, what am I trying to say? Functionality. First of all, let's get rid of hide and inspector. So the pop-up position, basically that's what the pop-up position is for. We can really cheat here, I think. I can make a Boolean and I can say set pop-up position. We'll set it to false. Then we'll come in here and validate. We'll say if, then we'll set it to false. Basically, we'll treat it like a button. I know, how clever is that? So I want to make a, I'll call it update, update anchor position. And really what I probably should do is, as soon as we get in, I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to do it like this. And yes, it's more code. It's a little more code, but I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. The rect transform. And then all I want to do is say pop-up position equals rect transform dot anchored position. Now this does litter our dialog class with this extraneous Boolean flag that we do serialize. But let's see if this does what I think it will do. No, we don't. So we have the dialog here. If I want it to say appear on the side of the screen right here, and then I come over here and we see pop-up position is 0, 0. I click set pop-up position. Oh, haven't put it in there yet, have we? Oh, oh, oh. Here, right here. We'll do that. Now, as I was saying, before I was so rudely interrupted by my own stupidity, now we should be able to come in here and click this little fellow, and then we get, yes, it does work. So this sort of acts like, and so if we run it, and then we wonder what script it's talking about right there. I'm going to add a image themer for now. We don't have an image or a theme yet, but I don't like all those. Oh yeah, there we go. We do have one. I didn't think we did. What else are we missing here? Because this is slightly irritating, to be honest. Image. That's got to be what that particular script is. I must have changed all that stuff. Image themer. Let's do a secondary. What else? Title. Yeah, that's got to be it. It's got to be it. I don't know why they've changed, because they really haven't changed. Text themer. Probably the message area is going to be the same deal. Oh, I don't see one on here. Let's add a text themer on there. Let's see if we get these. We got to get rid of those. What else we got? Come on now. What behavior are you speaking of here? I don't like it when it does that. I cannot tell. It's not telling me which objects are having the issue. Which objects are having the issue? Actually, we will want to. It's a modified component. Let's do. We want to apply. I want to unpack this. No, I don't want to unpack this. I don't. It's going to be the image theme again, and then image is going to be. I should have done it here. I don't know what I'm thinking. I'll say secondary there. Title. And that one is missing as well. Let's just remove it. And then that one doesn't have one. Let's go back out, save it, see if we can now apply some of these. Yes, we can apply all of them. And then, okay, now we're good. Except I want the pop-up position to be 0. 0 now instead. We should probably tell the dialog here that same thing. So now we can take it and just, come on, little fellow. Let's just move him out of the way. And we should be able to press this button here. And hit our space bar and say no. And we get this. Yes. And you can see that this first button is selected. So I should be able to do that. And do that. So I'll do that with my keyboard if I really want to. So that's working. And that's all based off of here's my theme. Okay, so this theme right here, which is a horrible theme. We had like a secondary that was like that. An accent. What accents? Maybe that. I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyway, see what we get there. Okay. I'll take it for now. I'll take it for now. So the dialog box seems to be working the way that I'm thinking it should. And now the question is, what about creating a modal, which basically just involves, let me pull back, yeah, there we go. Basically just involves another class. We'll call it modal. And we'll do that. And let's see, do I have, is this in a, no, it's not. So we will derive from public class modal, and we'll derive that from the dialog. And we're going to have a few static pieces. Because with a modal, if you show more than one, then you don't want to turn off the veil. The veil sounds interesting, doesn't it? Basically, just like I said before, the veil is just an image that is used to block raycasts from getting to any of the other objects. That's basically all it is. So what we want to do is we want to know, this will be a static, and we'll say modals open. There's a number of modals that are open, and we'll do a public static int modals open, and we'll just return modals open. Modals open. Yeah, just like that. Then whenever we create our first modal, we'll do a static constructor. And I don't think this hurts. I don't think Unity complains about this. Hopefully not, because I've done this before and it seems to work just fine. So, yeah. So then we have what I call, I don't know, I call it different things. Let's just do this. Serialized field. Why is that not working? Oh, I know why. Unity engine. So now I should pick that up. There it is. Serialized field. I call it a curtain. I call it a veil. Take your pick. I'm going to call it a veil. So that is what will cover the screen behind any modals that we have. And I need to actually have that to be I'm wondering if I should just have it to be a game object. Should be fine. It can be all sorts of different things. And we need to know if the is the curtain visible, right? So this will require a little bit more of a get, because if that no, let's do veil visible. I don't know what I'm thinking. Veil. So if the veil is not equal to null, or if the veil is equal to null, then we'll return false because the veil is not visible. Otherwise, return veil dot to self, and that will get us what we want. Now we will need to override the show. We need to just override the show. So one thing we need to do is if, and we do need to do this here again, even though it's done in the base, we need to do it again. Because if it's visible, we don't want to basically, because we're going to count the number of modals that are open. But if it's already visible, we don't want to count it again. See what I mean? And now, assuming that we have a veil, we will set that active. We'll set the veil active. We'll make sure it's set active. And then we want to override hide as well, because we'll want to update that reference count in hide. And we will want to say, if not visible, return. Otherwise, modal's open. And I usually do this. I'll just do a max 0 and modal's open. I don't want it to go to 0. I don't ever want it to mess up and go to below 0. So I'll just do it that way. And then we'll say if modal's open equals 0, then curtain veil. If it's not null, we'll set it active false. And then we'll say modal's open. Actually, we don't even need modal's open equals 0 because that's the only time we're going to be in here is if modal's is 0. Base hide callback, and that looks good. And we also we need to override on destroy here, because if it's showing and we destroy the scene, then that static is not going to get updated correctly. So if we're not visible, then just return. Otherwise, subtract 1 from modals open. Make sure it never goes below a 0. So now let's go and update our little dealio here. We have a veil. I'll turn on the veil so you can see what it looks like. Anything below on the hierarchy is going to be above that veil. So if we take the dialog here and we remove this script and then we say actually put a modal script on here. I'm going to move it up just so we can see it, but no, I won't move it up, never mind. We will take and that's the title. So we'll drag in the title here, the message area, and the button area. Why is that there? Did I not make that? Go back to dialog. We don't, yeah, it's public. Why is it public? I don't need it to be public. Protected. That is what I want. That's confused me there briefly. Now what are we looking at? I want that veil to, I don't like it being down there. It is what it is though. So we'll drag the veil into here and we'll have to update our test script only slightly. This is a modal dialog and this will be a modal, and that should be all we need. Oops, run it. Hit, and then we see we have that, and if we go away, then it goes away. Wonderful! We've done good things here. We've done good things, people. We've done very good things. Yeah, the only thing I don't like is, but like I said, you pay for it one way or the other, is this set pop-up position. It's only used in the editor. I mean, it's not very expensive. It stores that Boolean, but it's not that expensive. It's always going to be false. I'm just going to say click to set the pop-up position of the dialog. And that's nice and tidy. We don't, as I said, we don't need an editor, a dialog, an editor window to customize the inspector that way. We can just have it just work like that. And you can also set it by typing in the numbers if you know them. But who wants to do that? Some people might want to just do it that way. But I like to be able to see what I'm doing, you know. So should we? I'm gonna put a name. I'm gonna surround this with a namespace. And that's what I'm gonna do. That's what I'm gonna do. And I'll do it also for the dialog. Namespace, boom, public class dialog. We've got the fudge in here, and now our modal needs that UI. We're good again. So, what else do I need to look at? This is a question. We have player data, which I don't think I have done anything significantly different. Let's look at the math real quick. Not a lot of stuff. Probability, relative rotation. Map. 1-0 map to whatever. Those could come in handy, I suppose. There's the keeper. There's the pool manager for objects of different types. We have extensions. Attributes. I can't remember what the multi-select attribute is. Or get selected string. Oh, I know what this is for. I know what this is for. If I have a let me go back to my Unity project here. If I have I'm just looking at this here. Yeah, signal. Say I have a script. We'll say test enum, and let's say I have a public severity fine percent. Okay, not great, crummy, bad, run, too late, I don't know, whatever. And then we have this mono behavior here, and we want a severity like this. Let me go back to Unity. And we will just add a new, let's call it tester. Not that that matters. I want to call this, what did we call the testing? So there you can see I can select all of the different ones, but I can only select one at a time. Right? Yes. If I want that to be selectable, what did I call it? Multi-select, I think enum, is that what I called it? I have to go back now. Pixel byte data types, attribute, enum multi-select. There we go. So if I do that and I go back to Unity, then we have this. So we can select 2 or 3 of them. Basically, it makes it into a bit field. So that's useful. That's useful. Can be. That's what that is. Okay, we'll leave that in there. Camera extensions. Self-explanatory. I don't even remember what I added this for. I'm sure at some point I had used it for something. Game object extensionos. Pool extensions, rect transform extensions. Now these are they can be useful. You can set outside the parent, set inside the parent, world right, world left, etc. Sprite renderers, extensions. Again, useful stuff. I'm going to close all tabs. Couple of managers, that's fine. The math is okay. Storage is okay. We have a text manager and a themer. And then we have a few themer objects. Let's see, did I have it so that the... Oh, that's the other thing I would like to do, I think. I had some scriptable objects in here that I really don't... I thought were going to be more useful than they are. So I'm gonna rip some of those things out. Actually, we're gonna get rid of that. And we'll get rid of test enum because we've already messed with that. Let me check the... No, the main camera. Yep, that's what I thought. So this also has... Come on, fellow. We want a... don't we want an image themer on that? No, we don't want an image themer. What do we want? Just a camera? I may have to make another one. I thought we had one. Maybe not. Let's go in to the themas. No, yeah, I have a color themer right here. It just uses an observable. So let's just use that. That's probably what I had here. So a color themer. And I will say this, and we'll just drag the main camera in, and we'll say camera background color. So that now should pull in whatever the theme's background color is. Okay. Gonna probably need to do that for this one. Add a color themer. Where the Unity events come in handy. And then the dynamic background color. Just have it set that for me. Of course, we're doing skybox anyway, but yeah, that's true. It just depends on what type of game we're talking about. Well, I'll zero it. What type of a game? We'll disable it. Just have it there, but we'll disable it for now. And the directional light. I mean, I don't really need one for a 2D game. If we're going to do 2D. If I want to be more than 2D, if I want to be more than 2Ds, I'll need a light. Here's the other stuff. The logo's fine. The version. So we have... That's probably for text. So let's do a text themer there. I think let's go ahead and get rid of I'm going to get rid of the data here. And then I'm going to get rid of Ludum Dare info. The definer setting is not valid at this point. Attribution. Yeah, that's one of the... So let's go attribution. Yeah, I don't want that, but I will put a text themer on there. Waiting 48 hours for Ludum Dare 49. That is going to be October 2021. Baseball. I'll click to continue. That's there if I need it or want it. Version. I have a version. Yeah. We can get rid of this. And we can get rid of that. So the version is going to just be the version of the actual that's actually set in the version 1.0. And why is that off? Okay, that's why. The version is, let me pull up the pixel builder stuff. Why is it over here? Come here. I'm going to go into the layer settings. Oh yes, and app name is, well, I don't know what the app name is yet, but so it doesn't matter yet. There's the version. So if we do 0.1, save it, run it, it's going to say version 0.1. Like that. So just a easy way to do the stuff. It's all good. So I think with that, I think I'm done for what I want to do at this point. So thanks for watching. And if you are competing in this Ludum Dare 49, good luck, and I'll see you in the trenches.